Beach. Magma Knight too. Nice. Good haul. There's more treasure down here.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
Oh yeah, I had planted those, that's right. Perfect. I need those two. Oh no, I need the diamond. It's like 2 diamond per, isn't it? Can I make them here? Why am I confused? Meh. Think, dummy. Just pull it out, select, cancel, open. Guess I can only do one at a time. Until I really give her. What was I doing? Trying to understand why I can't make the... I thought I could make it. Oh, it's here. Okay, so...
Engine powering up.
What am I thinking here? I can chuff back in there. Right? Isn't it the same spot? Oh, I can't resist. Must try. Take the moth.
All systems online.
I thought there was a place to get in over here. Is it down lower? This one. No. I'm confused. OMG, I forgot about using that. Kind of handy. Yeah, here it is. The battle. What the hell? What's that?
Yeah.
Howie? Oh, gee. I have confused myself once again. I think I went the right way. This every time. What is happening? You have to get clean before you poke it. That's the end of the game. I don't understand. The door relock. This bug. Oh.
Oh.
That's gonna leave a mark. Isn't there a... I thought there was another door through a elevator of sorts. Oh, something's definitely not right. Is there another way to go from here? Oh, there is. That's better. Is there another way to go here? Oh, boy. Just 100% backtrack. screwed something up. Downloaded data up here on this part. I don't know. I tried. That is actually very helpful. See my crappy little base. Could do some reconnaissance and try to find where I'm trying to go. Is it over here? Southeast? That's so helpful. Very out of bounds. Yep. So much titanium. wreck yet? Looks like it. Ow. Ow. I'm gonna try chuffing this way, but oh.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
What's it? Need to make more beacons. Ow. Nope. That one, that one. No!
Integrating new PDA data.
Well, we're scanning there. Oh. You can get in here without having to do that. God.
Is finding a way to get it done. And the Toronto Maple Leafs have played phenomenal defensively. I mean, this is like a different team.
Yep.
I did not see this team in the regular season, and they deserve credit. Their defenseman, Labushkin, Edmondson's come in. I know you were talking about him. Come in and has done an outstanding job. McCabe looks like Chris Pronger back there, the way he's playing. No, I'm being honest.
No, he's playing great.
They deserve
It's the second Chris Pronger mention tonight.
They deserve to win this game every bit as much as Boston Bruins do. And credit to Sheldon Keefe in getting this defense to play competitive hockey.
Swayman, 13 saves in that period, but it seems like all of them are grade A's. I mean,
well, you think about all the teams that go on and come back from a series deficit of 3-1. Where it all starts is the confidence in the goaltender. He makes the team believe in themselves, and they can go out there and play freely. You can't be afraid to play in this kind of game, and as Marchand was alluding to, you got to be out there and seize the moment and enjoy the moment. I know it's a lot of pressure, but you can't be afraid. You got to be on your toes, as we tell you, nose over stick, and you got to be aggressive. You can't be waiting there trying not to lose. You got to go out there and try to win the game.
There's a couple guys who got to really pull it together here. There's a couple guys that look scared out there.
You want to name names?
I'm not going to name any names because you know what? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. But you got 20 minutes here.
20 minutes.
You got to come out and lay it all on the line. Like, guys are scared of the shadows. There's a couple guys out there.
We got coaches.
Fans know.
Coaches in the hot seat, too. There's a lot going on here heading into the final 20 minutes. Get some third period predictions. We come back.
I'm giving them 20 more minutes, and then I may not.
Oh, in the post game, you're naming names.
Well,
the second intermission report is presented by Discover, the official card of the NHL.
Discover customer service.
Pretty sure I've been in there. Something like that. There's a. Oh, I can do something in that door. Turn those off.
Passing 200 meters. Oxygen efficiency greatly decreased.
crashed it, didn't they? Yeah. What a jerk ass. Alright. Oh no, they didn't. It's right there. I'm just gonna go out of bounds here. So try north. I'm sorry. He's probably right behind me.
Stanley Cup playoffs continue on ESPN.
Yeah, we're going to start the second round tomorrow, Madison Square Garden in New York. Game 7 tomorrow night, too. We welcome you back to the Discover's second intermission report. The shot leaders in this game, for the Maple Leafs, the leader in shots is Kelly Yarncroke with 4, and Hampus Lindholm leads the Bruins in shots on goal with 4. I mean, it's getting tight. This is it. This is it. The last 20.
I got to be careful not to get too excited and ruin the suit, if you know what I mean. Everything's tight right now. I got nothing on the line. I got no money on this game. Mess, I don't know how you feel, but every single second of this game, in this period, matters.
You've been yelling at the TV all night.
It's
They
unbelievable.
can't hear you, you
And
know?
nobody knows who I'm yelling for. I'm yelling for both teams. I want to see
Hockey.
I want to see the best 20 minutes of hockey of the year right now. I really do.
Mess, maybe it's a greasy, grimy, something off somebody's hockey pants that goes in.
Normally it is, but you know, you think about the series so far, it's been so evenly matched by both teams. They're 0-0 going into the third period in the game 7. Can it get any more even than
Mess,
that?
you're a little nervous. Let me just
No, I'm
loosen you
okay,
up.
thank
Mess
you.
he's never been in this situation before, so you know what I
Watching-
mean. I got to
watching
keep him.
exactly.
He doesn't get nervous.
Oh, yes, I do.
Well, you can control it when you're on the ice. All right.
0-0
We're
going into
set up.
game 7. Let's go.
We'll see you afterwards. Who knows if we've got some bonus hockey for you tonight. Enjoy it. You've been watching the Discover second intermission report.
got
Third
8
period
cups.
action
The
is
guy's got
next
8 cups.
after this word.
9
on
MVPs.
ABC stations. A couple Conn Smites.
Ooh, that looks deep. Maybe this is it. This is it. One, kill the 2. Super spooky paper. This is it. Lost River. Ooh, I'm out. -7, 1,000. All right, now just go close to the oh no. Oh, I thought that was a bad guy. Just go close to the surface here. Shove. Actually, let's charge this guy up a bit.
It's difficult to imagine the pressure. It is impossible to feel more alive. Game 7.
Impossible to feel more alive, but for the loser of this one, impossible to be more devastated in an athletic setting. You're watching the Stanley Cup playoffs on ABC, presented by Geico. Scoreless through 2 periods in Game 7. Boston just 17 shots on goal. And Jim Montgomery said after Game 6 in the playoffs, your best players have to step to the forefront. Only 3 shots combined from Boston's top 4 scorers in the regular season. Pasternak 2, Marchand and Coyle 0, Zacha 1.
Hard to generate offense, right? And if we look at last night's Game 7 in Nashville, it took Vancouver 58.5 minutes, and with their firepower, it was Pius Suter that scored the game-winning goal. Maybe it's not one of the big boys. Maybe it's somebody that we might not think about.
And we're scoring up the last 2 years. Lately in the playoffs, it's been extremely hard to score. 3rd straight playoff game in these playoffs that has been scoreless after 2 periods. Both last night. Vegas and Dallas and Vancouver and Nashville were scoreless. Nice snap one on net. Kicked out by Swayman. Toronto's lost their last 5 Game 7s. Haven't won one since 2004 against Ottawa. Here's a pass down low. Marchand to Coyle. Hard off his stick. And everything's been clanky in the last 3 games for the Bruins. Swayman for Carlo. Almost handed it right to Marner in the corner. DeBrusk managed to bank it out. Coyle snaps it in. Jake McCabe first there for Toronto. It got tipped ahead to Domi. Trying to weave away from Hampus Lindholm. Mitch Marner centers it. And it was into the skates of Jake McCabe. Lindholm, who leads Boston in shots on goal with 4 through the first 2 periods. Edmondson has it. Off a feed from McCabe. Now Marner walking down the slot. Mitch Marner passes it off. And a stop by Swayman. Beautiful setup for Edmondson by Marner. One of the great assist men in Leafs history.
Really the first time in the game that Marner got some room to do a little bit of his magic, and he's going to dance around DeBrusk and Marchand. And sometimes it's the wrong trigger man. It's Joel Edmondson that's open over there, not somebody that's going to deliver this on the net on a one-timer, and Swayman's got enough time to get over, lean into position, and make the stop.
Mitch Marner, 39 career playoff assists. That is 3rd all-time in Leafs history, and he won't turn 27 until tomorrow. Boy, would he love to give himself a birthday present. Marner grew up in the Toronto area, big Leafs fan, living his dream to play for Toronto. Parker Wotherspoon just had enough on it to get it around to McAvoy, who struggles to elude upon his Holmberg. Now Edmondson has it back from Liljegren right in front of Ilya Samsonov, who is the story of the night. Thrust into action when Joseph Woll couldn't go due to injury after he was sensational in the previous 2 games. And Samsonov has stopped everything that they've thrown his way. Dewar off his stick and in. This is the 4th line that's been active and generated some good chances for the Leafs. Riley kept it in. And now it's Shattenkirk who handled the bouncing puck.
I thought this was a good move in Game 6. Noah Gregor moved into the Leafs lineup on that 4th line with Dewar and Kampf much faster, much quicker, and they've been effective tonight.
Here's the dangerous William Nylander. A little too much maneuvering along the line, and they're offside. Here's Emily Kaplan.
Sean, Sheldon Keefe told me that last night Ilya Samsonov was told there's a chance you could start tomorrow, but he didn't find out until after lunch today that he was starting in Game 7. He was absolutely beaming about the way that he has played so far. He said Ilya has been awesome, and I could tell from the very first shot save that he made that he was dialed in tonight.
Yeah, that was those first 2 shots he had were difficult, and Samsonov handled them. and that had to make everybody in a white jersey take a deep breath and go, our guy's ready.
And the playoff history not good for Samsonov. Out in front, Pasternak going for a tip. He sends it in deeper. Tavares got in front of Morgan Geekie. McCabe, now a pinch in by Lorot. And Tavares clears it past him. McAvoy taking his time, hoping for the icing, and he'll get the call. Well, we mentioned the history not good for Samsonov. 6-13 in the playoffs. And among goalies in the last 40 years who have played in 20 or more playoff games, that is the 4th worst winning percentage.
Okay.
That is out of 105 goalies who have played in at least 20 playoff games in the last 40 years.
Yeah, I don't want to be on that list. UC Saros lost game 6 last night, so another loss for him in that on that list. And I guess you got to get there to lose them, but whoa, that's a tough list.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Today, when it comes to following sports, watching the ticker just won't cut it. Get the stats behind the stats with NHL Edge. So you won't just see that your team won, you'll see how. Know more about every stat, every shift, and every star with NHL Edge.
Can Toronto advance despite the fact they've scored only 11 goals in this series? You saw the graphic, 2 goals or fewer in 12 of their last 13 playoff games back to last year. Marchand blocker down casually by Samsonov. The only other game they scored 3 goals. That was in their game 2 win here. McAvoy trying to set it, got it back and rolled right in. Samsonov couldn't cover it, but the net's come off. And the referee saying that it was McAvoy who knocked it off, so they're going to put the face-off outside the zone.
Pasternak joined Coyle and Marchand on this offensive zone face-off, and the puck will come right to the net, and Coyle's there, and McAvoy's at the front. Samsonov makes the save, and
Oh, he's radiation.
oh yeah, it's Coyle, I guess, eventually that nudges the net off, and the draw will come outside the line. So it's Matthews jumps in the middle here between Marner and Bertuzzi.
And Coyle dispatched. And Marchand steps in. Big advantage, you'd think, for Matthews, but no. Marchand won it. Carlo across to Lindholm. And now Edmondson trying to go to 6-0 in game 7 in his career. Comes free. Coyle trying to step out in front and fell down and swept harmlessly at the puck. Bertuzzi snaps it into the right wing corner. He's out there with Matthews now. And a save made by Swayman as Matthews sent it to the net from the half wall. Time for some numbers powered by the SAP Coaching Insights app. And we mentioned the numbers earlier in the 194 previous Game 7s in Stanley Cup playoff history. The team that scores first wins almost 76% of the time. It seems to be a high likelihood that that will hold again tonight. Who will the hero be?
No.
A chance to create a lasting legacy.
Yes.
Within these 2 fabled original 6 franchises. Here's Justin Brazeau. That one off the arm of Samsonov and up into the netting.
Wow, where did that come from? The big boy who has missed about a month at the end of the regular season. They really started to miss him and really liked his game till he got hurt. Has had a good night here.
Better.
And makes a terrific rush up the ice, shows some agility and a tester for Samsonov. I've really liked his game tonight, and this, in my opinion, this line's been their most dangerous, the Frederick, Van Riemsdyk, Brazeau line.
Frederick and Camp on the face-off. 15:54 to go in Game 7, still scoreless. Riley to the neutral zone. Shattenkirk played it back quickly for Van Riemsdyk. He didn't wait long enough for Brazeau to exit the zone. So the face-off will come in the neutral zone.
Well, Van Riemsdyk joined this series late, started in Game 3. Brazeau came in Game 5. And interesting with Brazeau, I mean, he was just signed to an NHL contract in January, been on an AHL deal in in the American League. They liked his game. They brought him up. They signed him to a deal, and here he is playing in Game 7, significant minutes.
He literally came out of nowhere for many Bruins fans, and has been a great story. Chance to be even greater if he could pot one tonight. Van Riemsdyk, they were onside. It was barely. The play continues, and now it's Lyubushkin. And Wotherspoon couldn't stop it. Frederick came to his aid, and it was jammed out by Kelly Yarncroke. He missed a lot of time at the end of the regular season, but has returned and played in every game in the playoffs. Scaled around the dasher. Tavares missed Lyubushkin. Now Riley with Maroon right on him. Long pass ahead for Nyes, but nobody with him in white. He got taken to the wall by McAvoy. Maroon behind Beecher. He shoots it in. Samsonov doesn't want to make a mistake in the trapezoid. Wisely just left it for Nylander. He stumbles across his own blue line, and that play is onside. Lowry ahead for Beecher. 14:35 to go, and the crowd quiet. You can feel the anxiety here. Nylander. It was raucous pregame. Bertuzzi played it around. McCabe wasn't at that point. Now he has to make sure he's careful with Saka flying in. Chipped along by Benoit. Carlo used his long reach to play it ahead. McCabe got there ahead of Saka, who has it back from Lindholm. Is forced back. It spins away from Matthews. Into the right wing corner for Geekie, but it's Benoit there. 14 minutes to go. No score in the third period. Pasternak turns and sends one toward the net. He said he was going to shoot more tonight, but he hasn't had many great opportunities. Had just the 2 shots on goal through the first 2 periods. Only Nathan McKinnon had more shots on goal in the regular season than Pasternak.
And one of his shots was that nice play down low where he tried the wraparound play. Just has not found any room.
Leafs are offside, and they'll blow it down. Crowd trying to get itself back into the festivities with the Let's Go Bruins chant. The Stanley Cup playoffs on ABC are presented by Geico. Get more with Geico.
The NHL on ABC, home to the Stanley Cup final.
That's good, yeah.
Toronto Maple Leafs trying to end a long streak that nobody wants to be a part of. They've lost 6 straight winner-take-all games in the playoffs. That's a Game 7 or a Game 5 in a best-of-5 series. Only the Rangers from the late 30s to 1984 have a longer such losing streak in winner-take-all games in the Stanley Cup playoffs. That streak of 6 in a row started here at TD Garden in 2013 when they lost the Game 7. They haven't won a winner-take-all game since Game 7 conference quarterfinals 2004 against Ottawa. McAvoy Scales it over the net. Geeky doing the work in the corner. Lyubushkin there. And it's dug free by Tavares. And played out by Nylander. Everybody's going to be careful with the puck now. Lorine chased by Nyes, who's been a great forechecker in this series. Nice touch off by Zacha. Pastrnak with McAvoy trailing. Pastrnak dangled and put a backhand right on. Samsonov held his ground again. That looked more like the David Pastrnak we're accustomed to seeing.
This all starts with a breakout and the confidence of Lorine to go behind the net. He gets that puck up, and it's tipped through to Pastrnak, who goes through his feet. He gets a little space here. Lyubushkin gets just a smidge deep, and you saw Lyubushkin drop to one knee. As soon as he does that, which is the block position, Pasternak's going to the backhand, and he tests Samsonov with a sharp angle backhand.
After that move to get it to the backhand, the puck started bouncing and rolling, which didn't help Pastrnak. Frederick and Camp the face-off. Won by David Camp to Timothy Liljegren up for Dewar. He one-timed it off, but it was intercepted by Shattenkirk. Bruins back in the offensive end with under 13 minutes to go. Wotherspoon down low, out in front and off the stick of Frederick. Shattenkirk centers, tipped by Brazeau, but into the corner. Van Riemsdyk. Good work by Liljegren to tie up Brazeau behind the cage. Camp moves it up, but Frederick stopped that. Now Van Riemsdyk working toward the front of the net. Tough angle shot, the rebound skated away by Dewar. Leafs trying to change quickly. Bruins are as well, so not a lot of help for Wotherspoon. Dumped it into the corner, and the defenseman went in deep after it. Shots are 24-21 for the Leafs. Coyle tried to stay on side, but couldn't hold the line as Marchand had to maneuver along the blue line.
All that work to generate one shot as the Bruins did on that last shift, and we've talked about it so often tonight about how tight the series has been, how tight the playoffs have been, and there's got to be a balance between aggressiveness and patience in a game like this. You can't just sit on your heels. You've got to try and push the other team into puck decisions. Maybe you can earn your chance by that.
Hand pass whistled against Toronto. Marchand 8 points to lead the series, but they were all in the first 4 games. And he has had a very quiet night tonight. He does not have a shot on goal.
Charlie Coyle's in the middle of that line. He doesn't have a shot. DeBrusk had a really good first period. The only member of this trio with the puck on the net. He's got 3.
Out of play. Carlo contesting with Bertuzzi in the neutral zone. Puck wound up with some Leafs fans. Brad Marchand, one of the great postseason players in Bruins history. A major force as the captain leading the way to that 3-1 lead, but he's been quiet lately. Scored more playoff goals than anybody in Bruins history, 56 of them now. One more than Cam Neely. Here's DeBrusk with some room. Lyubushkin defending. And a shot, a save made by Samsonov off his glove arm. DeBrusk and Marchand, and it's Domi getting it out to Marner. To Bertuzzi, and the Leafs are changing. Nobody wants to stay on too long now. Matthews for Bertuzzi. Trying to shed Jesper Boqvist. Matthews centers it. They put the top line back together here. Matthews with Bertuzzi and Nylander. All the big guns out for Toronto. Carlo lost the puck. Crowd thought he got tripped. Centering pass and they score!
Oh my word.
William Nylander does it again! They put Matthews and Nylander together along with Bertuzzi, and they score the first goal of the game with 10:59 to go.
Bertuzzi had stayed on the ice from the end of the previous shift. He's on the ice here for about 1 minute and 15 seconds on this forecheck as he pokes the puck. There's not a trip there. He pokes the puck. The fans thought he got tripped up, but he pushes it off the blade of Carlo's stick right to Austin Matthews. And Matthews, the goal scorer, finds William Nylander. 3 goals in the last 2 games for Nylander. Oh boy, the Bruins got 11 minutes to try and find one as the Leafs take the lead in Game 7.
Huge difference maker. Nylander missed the first 3 games after he played in every game in the regular season for the 2nd year in a row. Here's a 3-on-2. Marner down low, and Edmondson stopped by Swayman. Toronto going on the attack, having taken the lead here in Game 7. There's McAvoy with 10.5 to go. Pasternak fanned as he tried to play it ahead. Zacha for Pasternak. He goes down. And it's been like that for each of the last 3 games. Bruins stumbling and bumbling, having trouble handling the puck. Noah Gregor put it on net, and Swayman kicked it out. So Nylander is 3rd of the playoffs. He's played in the last 4 games. From Matthews and Bertuzzi. At 9:01, Samsonov turns one aside as Lindholm sent it toward the net from the point. Frederick tried to get it back to Lindholm. Gregor got it in the way. Van Riemsdyk and McCabe bumped. McCabe fell down. Frederick got it out in front. And that one goes just over the top of the net off Brazo's stick. Lindholm scores! Hampus Lindholm ties it at 1.
A minute 21 after Nylander makes it 1-0. This line again, Van Riemsdyk, Frederick, Brazo, they hunt the puck, they turn the puck over. Brazo almost scores, and then somehow Lindholm finds this narrow lane. It hits the 35 on the arm of Samsonov, then the post. 3 goals in the regular season for Lindholm. And he's got his first in this series, and it's 1-1. 15 minutes into the game, we're right back where we started.
Unbelievable. We didn't have a goal in this game for 49 minutes and a second. And as Ray said, 2 goals a minute, 21 apart. And the crowd fully engaged now. With 9.5 to go, the winner to the 2nd round. And the loser makes all kinds of bad history. Holmberg held off by McAvoy and then knocked to the ice. The other way, Boston with DeBrusque making a move on Liljegren, who did a good job to hamper that shot. The intensity really picking up now. Both teams energized by the flurry of goals. Here's DeBrusque snapping it in with 9 minutes to go. Zock in on the forecheck. He tied up McCabe. Sent back along the wall by Lindholm.
We'll get to the surface of
along the near boards now. It's Zacha. 8:45 to go. Lindholm, he's first of the playoffs at 10:22 from Van Riemsdyk and Brazo, and those 2 have been a consistent force tonight for Boston.
Oh, you can build something here, though. Oh, I got to stop doing that. Stop it.
Here's Morgan Riley. Tough pass for Lyubushkin. He's chasing after with Pasternak on him. Crowd going crazy here in Game 7. They don't want to watch Boston go out for the 3rd straight year in the first round of a Game 7. Bruins regular season points percentage the last 3 years is .713. Were they to lose in the first round for the 3rd year in a row, that would be the highest regular season point percentage for a playoff team that goes out in the first round 3 years in a row. It'd be another huge disappointment for these great fans. Coyle and Tavares, won by Coyle. DeBrusque. Here's Lori, tough angle, knocked down by Samsonov. Picked up by Marchand, but didn't have enough on the pass back to the point. And Nye's got in the way. McAvoy pinched in. Here's Marchand banking it around Morgan Riley. Labushkin sent it around. Nylander didn't play it. Brazo down low through a crowd. It's free in the circle. Nye's lobbing it in the air. Tavares looked like McAvoy had a hold of him, but it's going to be an icing call instead. Well, it's been said many times, there's nothing better than the Stanley Cup playoffs. And the folks here at TD Garden tonight won't argue that.
Two greatest words in sports, Game 7. Just the pressure that the importance, your whole season sits in the balance. Now we're down to 7.5 minutes. Hey, you're sitting on the bench. The clock is either rolling so slow in your head or it's just buzzing along, depending how you think about it or where your team is. Right now, if you're sitting on the bench, a lot of guys are thinking, I want one chance. I want one shot at this. And some guys are hoping, I don't want to make a mistake. It's a tough spot, and it is the best.
Hampus Lindholm, the game tier. He had gone 11 games without a goal since April 4th, the end of the regular season at Carolina. Of course, Nylander, with his 2 goals in Game 6, ended a 13-game goalless drought. And now he has 3 in 2 games. And the plot thickens.
William Nylander, as you mentioned, 3rd goal in 2 games. A great pass from Matthews. It's 1-0. A minute and 21 seconds later, Hampus Lindholm has tied it.
God, that helps you cheat on a little bit. What I need those for, but I'm sure I need them.
The forecheck by Bertuzzi, the play by Matthews, and Nylander's finish makes it 1-0. In between the 2 goals, it's this stop by Jeremy Swayman. A clutch, desperate save as he turns aside Joel Edmondson. And then Hampus Lindholm threads this through traffic. And inside of 7.5, it's 1-1.
And no matter how it ends, Jeremy Swayman has been the most valuable player in this series. Hampus Lindholm tied it after the Nylander goal. Nylander scored the last 3 goals in this series for Toronto. Austin Matthews has played just under 14 minutes and has had some good moments. He's out there now and in the corner. Won the puck from Carlo. Nearing 7 minutes to go. Pass back to the point by Marner. Missed McCabe. It rolls into Samsonov. Little casual for Benoit. 2 forecheckers in deep. DeBrusque and Marchand. That's center ice. Lohrei swept it back in. Lindholm's goal, just his 5th career playoff goal in 73 playoff games, after he had just 3 in this regular season in 73 games. Here's John Tavares, and a save made by Swayman.
Well, the goaltending's been exceptional at both ends of the ice. The surprise starter, Ilya Samsonov, and you know, getting the news just after lunch today that he would be starting in place of Joseph Woll. And seems a long time ago we were talking about the goalie rotation in Boston. Would it be Linus Ullmark? Would it be Jeremy Swayman? And in Game 3, after Ullmark played Game 2, Swayman just took over and has been absolutely brilliant.
One thing Jim Montgomery cannot be criticized for, win or lose, is the goalie decisions. Swayman's been spectacular throughout. Here's Pasternak, looking for a trailing Geekie, trying to get away from Nyes and Duff. Geekie circling, Geekie into the circle, and had a bunch of options and didn't hit any of them, and it was taken away by Nyes.
When in doubt, shoot it.
Yeah, did a lot of good work to create an opportunity. Pasternak down low. It pinballs back to him, and that shot blocked into the corner by the captain, Tavares. 6 minutes to go in the 3rd period. Tied at 1 in Game 7. Winner to play Florida. Centering pass from McAvoy, intended for Brazo, and recovered by Wotherspoon. He sends it in. Both teams in the midst of a change. Brazo's still out there. Brazo off for Van Riemsdyk. Tried to put it toward the net. No, wraparound try by Brazo, after Bertuzzi blocked the Van Riemsdyk chance. Here's Marner. He almost ran into Bertuzzi, and then Frederick intercepted the pass. Trying to ride away from Marner, and it'll be played in by Van Riemsdyk. 5:20 to go. Will the Boston Bruins be the first team to blow a 3-1 series lead in consecutive years in the history of the Major League Baseball, NBA, and NHL playoffs? It's never happened. They don't want to be the first. Toronto trying to advance to the 2nd round for the 2nd year in a row, after they went 19 years without winning a playoff series. At center ice, Lindholm hurried to get it at the red line. 4:45 to go.
Oh, that's not a lie.
Now, in this series, through 2 periods tonight, have been tied for 55% of all the game time. Most in these playoffs of the 8 first-round series. And they're adding to that time tie. Toronto had the lead for just a minute 21. Long pass. Good thing for Toronto. Nylander got a hand on that. Wound up as a hand pass, but if it doesn't deflect it, it might have been a good chance for Morgan Geekie.
How you feeling now? Hey, what's up, chat? Everyone say hi to No is here, everyone. No is here. Drop a like and a subscribe and smash it. Oh, whoops. What is happening? Oh, I did make it. Okay. Oh, it starts at 0%. Percentage. Performing for my studio audience. Not very many. See? Go try it. Oh, well, then that's not gonna work, is it? got a long way to go to get internet famous, huh? What do you think? Huh? Yeah, we can try that.